Chris. Scott Rappelay from The Advocate. We all remember your performance last year in the Peach Bowl. Take us through this off-season or preseason with only a couple of spring practices and then going into the fall and so many running backs. Has there been a chance for any of you guys to really stand out? Or, Coach talked about, having 4, maybe 5 running backs who carry the ball. Do you foresee it being that kind of situation most of the season?
I feel like whoever gets in the game, they're gonna be prepared. Everybody prepared like they're the starter.
Yeah, Chris, Ron Higgins, Tiger Rag Magazine. What turned it around for you last year? Obviously, you had the great game against Oklahoma, but what turned it around? What kept you from not, I guess, getting depressed because you were so far down the depth chart? What kept you going and what turned it around?
What kept me going is my family, talking to them every day, the coaching staff. They keep me motivated, and just looking back at my community, just setting an example for the kids, to showing them no matter how hard it get, don't quit on your dreams, and you got to fight for what you want.
Getting coached by Kevin Faulk.
Can you repeat that?
What's it like being coached by Kevin Faulk?
Oh man, Kevin Faulk is a legend in the NFL. You can see what he done in the NFL, and just here, it's an amazing tool. He's amazing. Just saying like what he brings to the table for us. We were better at pass blocking, we're better at catching, at route running. He's just everything to us, like a father figure, a big brother figure, and everything. So anything we need, we feel comfortable talking to him about anything.
Hey, Chris, Jarrett Roser, Tiger Details. When you look at kind of the lead up to each season that you've been at LSU, and there was some new faces in 2018, 2019, you kind of carried over a lot from the end of that 18 season, and now a lot of turnover again. Can you kind of compare and contrast sort of the lead up to the seasons and expectations versus excitement to prove yourselves and things like that?
Every year we set goals for each other. Every room, we set goals for what we want to accomplish, and of course everybody wants to win a national championship, so we have to gel together.
Hey, Chris, this is Mallory from LSU Tiger TV. I know that every Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, the atmosphere is electric, and I just wanted to get your opinion, a few thoughts on how you think that might affect the game this Saturday, if that is going to affect the team's play, or just how y'all feel going into the game with the lack of fans and just different atmosphere for this season.
We feel like we create our own energy. We love the fans and stuff, but we have to focus in. Like if we make a big play, the crowd's gonna go crazy, but we still have to make those plays without the fans. Just knowing the fans are at home supporting us means everything.
Amos Morale from WWL Radio. You mentioned kind of how all of you guys in the running back room kind of prepare as if you're going to be the starter. Is there that kind of internal competition? Is there, I'm going to get, touchdowns this game, or I'm going to get the most yards? Is there some kind of competition you guys have between each other?
Yeah, we try to compete with each other, try to push each other every day in practice. We just want to see the best out of everybody and within each other.
Hey, Chris, Glenn Gilwood, USA Today, Louisiana. How close did you come to transferring, and were you thinking about another school or two, or did it get that far? And number two,
Oh no, transfer has never crossed my mind.
when you're in town.
Sir, can you repeat that again? It was kind of breaking up.
First off, how close did you come to transferring, and were you thinking about a school or two?
No, sir. Transfer has never crossed my mind. Like I said before, like if you want something bad enough, you're willing to fight for it.
And the second question, how important is it to you to play well for your hometown and friends and family back home?
It means a lot, just knowing what my community's been through, and I feel like coming from that, I have to prove everything. Like I have that on my shoulders.
Hey, Chris, this is Glenn West with LSU SI. I was just kind of curious, obviously with you and John and Terrian, you guys are going to be sharing a lot of the duties, not just in the rushing game, but also with the passing attack as well. I'm curious to see what y'all's chemistry is like with Miles, heading into Saturday, and just kind of how you guys have developed maybe that, from a passing perspective as well as a rushing perspective.
I mean, it's a brotherhood, Like we be in practice, everybody run with the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s. So everybody's really get every rep.
Hey, this is Garland Gill, Fox 8 New Orleans. Is there something with the other two running backs with Emery and Ty Davis Price that, there's something off the field that y'all kind of have a synergy together, or is there anything that kind of stands out in your relationship on or off the field?
Like I said, no matter what time it is at night, we're brothers. Like if you need something, we're willing to do anything for each other. I know every Sunday we go to Kevin Faulk's house and we eat dinner just to build that chemistry with each other. I feel like that's very important.
Hey, Chris, Brooks Gabina with The Advocate. We talked last year after the Oklahoma game, and you were saying that on the sideline you didn't know until Ogeron said, "Okay, go in," and you had that game. Now, he says you're probably likely the first back to be in. You probably had a lot more time to think about it than you did in that Oklahoma game. What's going through your mind about Saturday's game? Where are you visualizing things to a point where you're doing well enough to where you've established yourself as the guy that they want to give the hot hand to?
Yes, sir. Just coming from the bottom of the depth chart and have to prove myself. I feel like I have to prove myself this game and every game, but I take it one game at a time.
We've talked so much about how, you put your head down, got to work, prove the staff wrong and all that, but just, football-wise, what do you think, in the past year you've actually improved on? Where do you think you've gotten better in all that time?
Becoming a man, becoming a young man, becoming a better leader. Coming in as a freshman and sophomore, you're kind of immature, but being through those situations, it helps you mature and grow.
Hey, Chris, this is Josh Sibley with Louisiana Gridiron Football. Coach O believes you guys might have actually a better running back situation than last year, taking over the reins for Clyde. What is a running back room like this year with you guys?
Versatile. We have speed, power, we have vision, we're just smart all around.
Hey, Chris, you guys have, of course, a lot of new faces on offense, but, who do you think really has stood out and has really surprised people on game day?
Everybody. Anybody that touched the field, I feel like they're gonna have their shot to prove themselves.
Hey, Chris, Jacques Doucet from WAFB TV here in Baton Rouge. Had the opportunity to speak to your high school coach and your strength and conditioning coach over the summer. Seemed like some really great guys and very proud of you. They speak about your work ethic, that you just had this burning desire to work. Even the day you signed, you didn't want to go party, you wanted to go straight to the weight room. Can you just speak about that? Where does that come from? Where does your burning desire come from?
My grandfather, growing up with him, he always told me, if you work hard, you're gonna end up getting what you want at the end of the day. So no matter what time it is, no matter how many 110s, no matter how early, no matter if I'm tired, hurting, I'm just gonna go to work with my head down.
I guess we'll wrap up with Cabo and his son for today.
What's going on?
We're doing math homework over here.
That's what's up.
Thank you. I guess maybe your story is better known to others than to me, but to me, it
was the recommendation of Joe Burrow, saying this is the guy that I wanted in this situation that really catapulted you to the top. I mean, could you talk about that moment, how you seized that moment, and now how you plan to capitalize on that moment going forward?
Oh man, that moment was very special. It was very heartwarming, very touching. Just coming from Joe Burrow. I mean, you talking about a guy that won Heisman, the guy that got first pick in the draft. Just having him speak up for you, that speaks value. Just coming into the season, like I said before, I have something to prove every game, and I'm very hungry. So I'm very determined to, run for Heisman, if not win Heisman this year.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Everyone good?
Yeah, I was just going to ask as a follow-up, what is it that you thought Joe saw in you, and what is it that you try to show now?
Hard working. I never complained about anything. I did special teams. Just a hard working person, and I felt like he felt that deserved to get rewarded.
I'll add one more, Chris.
All right.
Hey, Chris, Paul Boron from CST. I just want to ask about the 18 and what you thought about that.
Oh man, I almost cried. It was very emotional. Like, I almost cried because I had no idea that was coming. Just knowing the history of 18 and what it means to the team and what it means to the state. I have that riding on my back, and I'm proud to have 18, and I would do anything for the team.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.